I'm equally excited. Okay, so the topic, thinking mask. Okay, this will be a completely interactive session. I want all of you to be a part of this session because I just don't want to do a pat-pat over here. I also want to hear the pat-pat also. Okay, so before we start the thinking mask, we need to understand when we start thinking, okay, what is that which you should have so that we can start thinking? Thinking कसं येतं? Sorry, thoughts? Okay, good. Ideas? Okay. What else? What is the main thing from where you get that ideas, thoughts? Problem statement? Okay, good. Topic? Okay. Now all this, from where do you get this? What is that basket? Yes, a big hand. I would love you to clap because that makes me also happy and you also happy that the person might be sleeping beside you, he will wake up. Yeah. So I would love you all to clap whenever you feel like. Okay. Now, how many brains are there? How many brains we have? One, two, three, three. Absolutely right. So what are three brains? One is the brain. Second is gut brain, right? Which is at the back. And third is the heart. Heart is also a brain, right? It's an emotional brain. So we get all these commands from this brain and then this thinking starts, right? So today I'm going to unfold you in the first half about the brain and then we are going to talk about this thinking mask. And we are going to do a little bit activities over here. Please. Okay. So would you like to do the activity first or would you like to hear me first? Okay, I'll take a call because I don't get any answers. Hello. Okay, let's do an activity. Okay. Now, this activity is basically, I'm not going to teach you anything over here in this activity. You are going to learn everything. I want you to understand how learning happens within you because each one of us are unique, right? So learning for each one of us is different. Let me take you a very small example. What is this? Is there anything else we can say about this? If I turn it upside down, that's it. Is there anything else I can say about this? Sigma, very good. What else? Comma, very good. What else? Wonderful. Elephant trunk, wonderful. What else? So there are so many things. If I just start it half an hour, we will complete hundreds of things just with this 6. So now you can imagine the way we process this information, the way we put in our thoughts, and it completely changes. But my first question to you, do we all think? Genuinely don't think, right? It happens in the subconscious mind. As the situation happens, we think, we respond, we react. But really, do we take time? As we take time for our lunch, dinner, breakfast, is there anybody who takes time to think? Great, wonderful. A big clap. मजा येणार नाही. If you don't clap, मजा नाही येणार. Okay, so let's do the activity. Which are the teams? This is one team, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So total 6 teams are there, right? Okay. So the activity is here. We meet a lot of people. Okay. Do we remember the names and faces? Sometimes. Why sometimes? Why not always? So only those who are important, so we remember their names. But maybe we don't know. Why? Why? So normally what we say, "Arey, I forgot the name." So have we really forgotten the name, or have you not? Have you really registered the name? So we are not registered. We can't say that I have forgotten the name. Right? So we are going to do the activity, and through this activity, you are going to learn. Everybody is going to learn something different. Okay? And then we are going to share what some of you have learned. Okay? So the activity is, I'm going to go in each group, okay? And I'm going to introduce one person. You have to just observe and be attentive, okay? And my question will come later on. My question will not come now. So I'm not going to put forward the question now. You have to be very alert, you have to be very attentive, and you have to learn, okay? Okay. So let's start with this group, okay? So my name is Sushant. Sorry? Arvind. Your name is Arvind. Okay, Arvind, what do you do?
I'm a faculty in the Department of Electronics.
Oh, wow. And Arvind, do you stay nearby?
No, sir.
In Powai? I've seen you there.
No, sir, I don't stay at Virar. I stay at Virar, sir.
Oh, so you don't stay at Powai. Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much. Okay, so now we'll take a little bit different change, okay? I'm not going to tell my name, Sushant. I'm going to tell something different. And you also are free to tell any name you want. Okay? And as I told you, you have to be all attentive. So I'm going to come to this group. If you want to tell your name, tell your name. If you want to tell something different, you want to discuss, I'll give you five seconds for that. You want to decide any name, what should you tell? Chalo, 5 seconds. Not more than 5 seconds. Now, I'm going to meet only one person in each group. You can tell any name. Now, as he said, Arvind, that was the real name, and Sushant was my real name. Now, I'm also not going to tell my real name, and you are also not going to tell your real name, or any name you want, whatever you do. Chalo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chalo. Be alert, yes? No, I'll come to you, Okay. Ready? Okay, be attentive. Okay, so here, anyone, okay.
My name is Shalaka.
Shalaka, oh, SS, right? And Shalaka, what do you do, Shalaka?
I'm a lecturer over here
Okay.
in Food Tech Department.
In which department?
Food Tech Department.
Food Tech.
Yeah.
So Shalaka is also a very good dancer in Iran. And she's... Okay. Here, what was my name? Okay, and what was the person's name? Here, what was the person's name? And what was my name? Now, why you was not able to capture my name? Any? But I did not put my relation anywhere. But why he could not get my name?
Because he didn't relate your name with anything.
Or he did not register only. I just said Narayan, and he said, my name is Akshay, and we started communicating. So while moving after 15 minutes after discussing, I remember his name, Akshay, chalo, why? And he will say, Arey, so sorry, I forgot your name. Can I get your name, please? He has not forgotten my name. He has not registered my name. So are you getting me? So the first classical singing. And what's the meaning of your name? Progress, Samruddhi, progress. Yes, the Samruddhi Mahamar is also there. Right? Wonderful. So I definitely, you remember my name? So Hari is going to be on Samruddhi Marga. Done. Thank you very much. Hari is impressed with you. Okay, I am Anand. You're Meena Kumari. Oh, famous actress. Okay, now what do you do, Meena Kumari?
I love poetry.
Okay. Okay.
And Shero Shairi.
Wow.
I'm interested in that also.
Okay. So how did your parents give your name Meena Kumari? Were they fans of Meena Kumari?
Just not that.
Okay. I'm Akshay means number one, right? Akshay Tritiya, we say that it's a very auspicious, right? So do you believe in that Akshay Tritiya?
Yes, sir.
And do you celebrate that?
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. So do you remember my name? Do you remember all the names? My name also, along with my name. Okay, let me see. Let us take a look. So here, what was my name? Okay. Here, what was my name? My name, I'm asking my name. What was my name over here? Gupta? No? It was Uttam. Why you are not able to get Uttam? You have not heard it? I think because of this disturbance. Maybe, okay. So now you understand when the disturbance is there, you are not able to catch the word, catch the name. And if you are not able to catch the name, you can't say that I have forgotten the name. Chalo, yes. Here what was my name? Shekhar. Okay, wait. And what was the person's name over here? Okay. Here what was the person's name? Samruddhi. And what was my name? Okay. Here what was my name? Okay. And what was the person's name? Here what was the person's name? And what was my name? Now, why he was not able to capture my name? Any can?
Sir, everywhere you had a relation with the name. The Akshay as a
No, but I did not I did not put my relation anywhere.
Nahi, Akshay with Tritiya.
But why he could not get my name?
Because he didn't relate your name with anything.
Or he did not register only. I just said Narayan and he said my name is Akshay and we started communicating. So while moving after 15 minutes after discussing, I remember his name, Akshay, chalo, bye. And he will say, Arey, sir, sorry, I forgot your name. Can I get your name, please? He has not forgotten my name. He has not registered my name. So are you getting me? So the first important thing is, this is one of the techniques. There are several techniques to remember names and faces. This is one of the techniques. So now you all have learned the technique. Now what is the technique? Can anybody tell me what I did when I communicated with what I did? So here when I said, Arvind, are you from Powai? Because my friend Arvind stays in Powai. So I connected that Arvind with this Arvind. So next time I'll meet him, I will visualize him Powai Arvind. Right? So you need to connect, unless and until you connect, because our brain is full of associations. The day you wake up, your association starts. The moment you sleep, your association ends. Right? And during the sleep, your subconscious mind does all the associations without you knowing it. That's why we all dream, and maybe you are a king, or maybe you are in America, anywhere, during your sleep. Maybe you are in India, but you have a dream of something else. Why? Because your subconscious mind takes over. Your conscious mind is active when you are active. Right? Now I'm consciously aware. What is happening, I'm completely aware. But my subconscious, when I sleep, your dominance finishes, and your subconscious mind takes over. Right? I hope you all have learned without me teaching you. Yeah, that's the beauty of the things, right? Okay, so let's start. Now I'm going to tell you a story, okay? Now I'll give you later on, okay? Now, one more thing before I start my story. These names, we are not going to lose it. Afterwards, after 2 hours, I'm going to give you a chit. In that chit, you are going to remember both the names, right? So let's see whether your short-term or this memory which is now being installed, or which is the association has been done, how much time it can last. I want to see how many of you can remember all the 7 names as well as my 7 names. Okay? Great. Chalo. Now I begin with the story, and then I'll tell you why this story. Okay? Okay. So listen carefully about this story. There's a wonderful story about a kingdom, okay? It's a big kingdom, and the king had 3 sons. And every king feels that I have 3 wonderful kids, okay? Now, this king had a huge kingdom, huge. You can massively imagine about more than 85 billion people staying in that complete kingdom, located in different areas, okay? Now these 3 sons, the first son's name is Siri, okay? Now this Siri son, he's very wise, intelligent, he has a lot of wisdom, he knows a lot of things, and he can solve problems, he is very intelligent, right? The second son name is Lim. Now again, how come every son will be intelligent, right? So he is completely reverse of it. He is little bit lazy, okay? But he understands that, yeah, he needs to do some work. And his work is completely, all these 85,000 people who are there, they communicate with him. And he is just like an administrative post. So he has to just look at the administratively what is happening. And he needs to connect those people. If they have any challenges, he either connects to Siri or he connects to somebody else. Or so his job is connection. And all the time he is not that busy as Siri is. So he has become lazy. Now one good thing he has, that he has a very good friend. Now just as in Mahabharata, we have this Karna and Duryodhan, right? So just like, so maybe Lim, and he has a friend Ami. Now this Ami he's very trustworthy, and he helps Lim in all the activities. So he has given the complete authority that you do whatever you want, okay? You have a look, because my 85 billion people who are there, I want you to have a look at them, see to them, and report me. So Ami reports to Lim, okay? And the third son is Neo, okay? Now what does this Neo do? Neo is, he wants to have a very, what you can say, a mountain view as to what is happening over here. And as soon as something happens, he can connect those people around and help them out. Now one thing, this Ami has one small defect. Any challenge he sees, or any fear he sees, or any danger he sees, he just puts on the alarm. Any danger he sees, because he is just like an eagle moving around everywhere, and wherever he sees the danger, he just puts the alarm, and everybody, Siri, Neo, and other people, they get disturbed. And he does not know how to make it off. That's a big problem with Ami. So he just puts a buzzer that something is problem, but he does not analyze it. But Neo can analyze everything. Then Neo comes and he switches off the trigger, and then everything is okay. Now, do you know what this story is all about? Any guesses? Any guesses? What is this story about? This is a story about you and me. This is our brain. So, Seri is cerebrum. What does Seri do? What does Seri do? Long-term memory is different. वो बंदा अलग है. He's very intelligent, right? He knows the wisdom, all your blueprint, DNA, everything. He has a complete wisdom. This is limbic brain. Okay, lazy. So limbic brain is now cerebrum is also called as a reptile brain. Why? Because Initially, a few years back, 7.5 million years back, when humans were not there, the reptiles were the first one to come from sea to land. And they had only one thing, either fight or fly. So this is also called as a reptile brain, wherein the cerebellum just monitors that if there is a danger, he sees whether I should fight for it or I should move from here. There are only two things the cerebellum can do. Now, limbic brain is about the emotional brain. So emotional brain, as he mentioned about he is lazy and he connects with people. So he has emotion. So limbic brain is also called as an emotional brain. And neo is neocortex. What does neo do? Sorry? Analyzing. So how do we analyze? If I have to analyze certain things, so we take help of somebody to analyze, right? So we take help of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are the 5 things we take help of? Senses, right? So neo takes help of all these 5 things to analyze what is happening, right? And what is this amygdala? Amygdala is our trigger brain. So your students might have encountered that I have done very well in my examination. I have studied very well, but during the examination I become blank. This amygdala triggers. Arey, what will happen? Will I pass? Will I get this answer? What my parents will say? He cannot do off on his own. So that's why we give them some guidelines that if something happens, take a deep breath, drink water. So what is that? So neocortex takes over it, and with these 5 senses, it helps the amygdala to cool down. Don't trigger it. You know everything, you have studied everything will go well. So if we understand the complete brain, now this is one small part of it. Right? As you mentioned about the long-term memory, somebody mentioned about the cerebrum long-term memory. Hippocampus is a long-term memory, wherein long-term memory is stored. Right? Now, once you have understood a little bit part of it, now we will go to the thinking skills. Because this part was very, very important to understand, because this is the base. If you don't know the base, how are you going to start thinking? Now you are going to start thinking based on how you are going to relate that. Any questions? I would love to have questions. Now what I did when I was telling you a story, what were you all doing? Attention was there, okay. What else was there? What was the main thing you were doing? Imagination, right? Did anybody, when I say that on and off, so did you see ON or OFF? You saw the button, right? On off button, right? So we all have the power of imagination, which no animals have, plants have, and birds have. So with this power of imagination and visualization, do we really use it? We don't use it because we don't know how to use it. Right? Okay. So let me ask you a simple question. How many of you feel that your memory is okay? How many of you feel okay? No? Okay. So might be brilliant people over here. So how many of you feel that my memory is good, Baba? Not okay. Good. Nobody? I think maybe excellent. Okay, one person is good. Others, my memory is excellent. Anybody here? No?
No idea.
And finally, a genius. I am a genius. How many of you feel I am a genius? We are born genius. We all. I know that I am a genius, that's why I am raising my hands. And you don't know that you are a genius, that's why you are not raising your hands. Right? Because we all are unique. Our footprints are different. Our facial expressions are different. Faces are different. Our skin is different. Right? Is there anybody who feels that I'm good for nothing. Is there anybody over here? So when we have that potential, this is because we were not being told in school, nobody told in college, are you are a genius, huh? We were told, are you are dabbu. Are you don't know this. Are kitna simple hai, tumko nahi aata hai. And we captured that. So who captured that? Can anybody tell me? Who captured that? Limbic. So if your limbic brain is, if you can control your limbic brain, you can move much faster ahead. I'll tell you an interesting story about the ant. The ant had a race, okay? They all were climbing up the mountains. And down the other ants were, they were motivating some of them. Wow, go, good ant, good, good, good. And when somebody was falling, they were clapping. Wow, acha ho gaya, gir gaya. Wonderful. Arey, tu bhi girega, you will also fall. And like this, when they were climbing, many of them fall, and the down people were, so how you reached there? He said, what? He was deaf. Can we also become deaf to the things which we don't want to hear? So somebody says you are not fit for it. You can say, what? What did you say? I couldn't hear it. So if you can control all these three, and as well as this, because this is also very important, because we instantly trigger, Hari, kya hoga? We never think, kya hoga? What are the different options? We all know problem solving, 5 levels are there, decision making 3 levels are there, 5 C's, 7 D's, we all know, we are all intelligent. But when practically it comes to it, are we using it? So practically, we really don't apply those things which we have learned. If I put up a problem, all of you will give me one solutions, all of you, because each one of you have that potentials, right? But when we have to decide something, we have to do it for ourselves, we don't apply, right? Okay, so any question, because now I'm going to again test you later on. Today is a complete testing phase, okay? Any questions? I would love to have the questions. I hope you have all got it.
Are there physically different parts of the brain?
Yes. So this cerebellum, this is the cerebellum. This is the limbic system, and neo is on the top. Now one interesting, also one very interesting thing I'll show it over here. Okay? Now, C is conscious, subconscious and unconscious. Okay? Now, see the relationship. The neo is a conscious brain. He's intelligent, right? I'm speaking with you. I know there are professionals, so I need to talk in a professional way. So consciously, I am speaking with all of you, right? The subconscious is a limbic brain. Inside everything, emotionally, everything inside is happening. We are thinking, Arey, kya karu ye? In this situation, what should I do? Should I react? Should I run away? What should I do? So that's a subconscious brain. And this unconscious is the cerebrum. So see how the co-relationship also happens. And if you see here, conscious is just 10% and this complete is 90%. So if we are consciously aware, we are just 10% what we are doing it. Everything is handled over here. Unconsciously, we do lot many things, right? Nobody has to tell you. When you get up in the morning, nobody has to tell you. Take your brush, put the paste and brush it. It happens automatically. When you ride a bike, nobody has to tell you. Every day, nobody has to tell you. It becomes automatic, right? Swimming. So certain things, it becomes automatic. So if you have a control in this 90%, most of your success factor is here in 90%. Yes, this is also equally important, but here is the major thing. Thank you very much, sir. Any other question? Okay. To put this capacity part, I'll share a video with you. Then you'll come to know, because I can explain you, but then it will become a lecture. So I'll share a video with you wherein you'll understand that the capacity of this, we have a super brain. So even if the complete universe, okay, 10 times universe we can store in our brain, that much capabilities we can have it. And that can be, that is also been proved. I'll share one of the examples. As I told you that we have 500 plus world record holders. My student who is just 10 years, okay, if we show him the flag of 195 countries, he can tell you the country name, capital, currency, continent, monument, language spoken in that country, and the area code of all the 195 countries. There is one student who knows all the first World War, who are the countries who participated, who countries did not participate. He had created 211 slides. There is one student who completely has studied the solar system. She's just 12 years. She's a Maharashtrian student, and she has done in English as well as in Arabic. So whatever I'm speaking here, it's recorded there on my YouTube channel. And I take all the world records live. So whatever I'm saying right now, you can really observe that. I'll share all the links with you. You can see those students. And even we can do it. So age is, I always say that, and we all, age is just a number. My youngest student is 4 years and youngest is 92. So age is just a number. So today also if somebody asks me, can I also remember 195 countries, capital, currency, continent, monument, area code, language, and what I left out? The area code. Yes, you can also do it. Provided there are two things which are important. What is that? Okay, forget about the flags. If you want to do a world record, what you will do? What is that which you have mastered? One thing which you feel that I'm mastered into this. Anybody, a question to anybody. Forget about the world record, the flags and all these things. Anybody? Is there any one thing which you feel that, yes, if I get the proper guidance, if I get some techniques and tools, I can master that? No?
So the Constitution has got different clauses in articles and all. Would you like to remember every...
Absolutely you can remember, sir. Absolutely you can remember. Page by page you can remember. My two law students, they remember 320 case, there's a specific word, 320 something is there. Case laws, yeah. So they remember all. So even if you ask me, I'm going to demonstrate this today. So if you ask them what is the 299th law, they will tell you. And if you tell them a law, they will tell you, okay, that is 147. So that's possible. And we all can do it. Okay. So can I start my presentation? Is the presentation here? Okay, you take your time. Take your time. Okay. So as I asked you the question, first slide. First slide. Huh. Okay. So before I start, I asked you a question, right? I had asked you a question. How many of you are okay, good, right? So I think one of you have answered that I'm good, right? Do you have any document? So this is just our thought process that I'm good, I'm okay, I'm fit for nothing. Okay, ma'am, I also don't have a document for genius. Okay. But I claim that I'm a genius, right? It's how you internally feel, how you portray yourself, that matters. Because it's your mindset. If you feel that you are dumb, you are dumb. If you feel you are genius, you are a genius, right? So there is no such thing like good. So now all of you can relax. There is no such thing like good, better, best, dumb, bad, nothing. There is no such thing. There are only two things. One is untrained and the other is trained. That's it. So now you are untrained and I am trained. After a few minutes, you will also be trained. So we all will be on the same ship, right? After a few minutes. Absolutely. Who have created that rubrics? The academic certificate. Who has created that rubrics? That is called rubrics, which decides that if you score from 0 to 35 pass class, sorry, fail. 35 is the pass. 35, 60 above first class and 75 distinction, okay? So here, the system has decided without understanding that how many of you can learn. Our system says that this is the book. This is the book. You learn. There are 10 chapters. We are going to ask you 100 questions. Every question will carry 1 mark. And if you have to have 50% marks, then only you pass. But do they know that I can learn that? I have that potential to learn. Who is going to teach me how to study that? Who is going to teach me how to memorize that? There are 7 parts. There are 7 levels. I'll just go very fast on this. There are 7 levels. So as a student, when we sit in the class, what is the first thing which comes? Is understanding. Okay? So am I able to uncode the message? So if I start talking with you in Tamil, is there anybody over at Tamilian? So will you be able to understand? Are you able to uncode it? And I say, I finished my chapter. I finished my syllabus. And now I'll tell you the 100 questions you have to solve. I'll give you options also. But what's the use of option? You don't understand the language. You're not able to uncode it. So this is the first part that uncoding we are not being taught. So out of this 30, 40 students in the classroom, how many can uncode? Number 1. So they go to the second level. So those who are able to uncode, they are able to write down what they have understood. So second is understanding what has been said. So again, a small number of people go on the third level. So once I have understood, I start writing. Now nobody has taught me writing. The way I write, I study the same thing. If I had written something wrong, I study wrong, I write wrong. And I get 0. Because according to teacher, this is wrong. But according to me, it is right. Because I have written it, I have mugged it up, and I have put the same thing in the paper, but the teacher said it's wrong. So some level go to the 4th level. Okay? Now the next is, now the learning, how should I learn? Now everything, my notes teacher is wonderful, excellent, number 1 in the world. I have written the notes, but how to learn the notes? That's a 4th stage. So some students go up, they are able to learn. Now the learning is happening. Now how should I practice? There are different types of learners. We put it visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners. I'll share my example. When I was in 8th standard, I was put to tuitions, okay? And my teacher used to tell that, ye answer hai na, likho. And I used to write, she used to find out mistake. No, again you write it. Again I used to write. Again she used to say, no, 3 mistake, now 2 mistake, now 1 mistake. No, it should be completely right. So I used to write 4 to 5 times every answer before the examination. And she used to, now you are good, now you know. But so my teacher was kinesthetic, and she wanted me also to be kinesthetic, but I was visual. So when I was writing this, I was not this type of a learner. And when I'm not this type of a learner, and I'm forced to do this, will I stay in that class for how much long I will stay? I left the class in 3 days. So as a teacher, you need to understand what type of learners are there in the classroom and where they should sit. And kinesthetic learners should sit at the corners because they are the most disturbing students. So even the kinesthetic learner, something he does over here, he moves out from here, the teacher is teaching. It doesn't bother. The whole class doesn't get disturbed. Here also he moves out from here, he moves out from here, he moves out from here. the class is not disturbed. Now the kinesthetic student is sitting right over here, and the whole class is getting disturbed because he's fidgeting, he's drawing something. So once you understand what type of, and every classroom has VAK learners. We all are, I'll give you a test. It's a free test available on the net. I'll share you the link. You all can take that test and identify what you are. How many of you know what type of learners you are? Okay, great. So have you done that test? Okay. Achha, okay, great. So this sitting arrangement, nobody has told us. We were sitting as wherever, achha, you're tall, go and sit at the back. But this tall fellow might be a V. Okay. Yeah, so this is just the introduction about our organization. I started way back in 2012. And then 5 years back, we started with Brain Book of World Records. So my 500 students who, the record which has been created, we give them the Brain Book of Records. And recently we have started with Dhriti Cognitive Solutions. This is basically on innovation. So can I go for the next one, please? Yeah, so as I told you, there is no such thing like poor, good, and excellent. Either trained brain or untrained brain, that's it. Okay, next one. Yeah, so this is, I think we have done it, right? So this is the way the decision making is the neocortex, emotion and motivation is the limbic brain, and instinct and urges is the reptile brain. So if we understand what type of the brain we are using and where that brain is located, wouldn't it be easy for us, right? To understand where we are and how we are using our talent, how we are using our intellect power so that we can train others in that fashion. Can I have the next one? Yes. Just give me one. Yeah. So now you have heard about IQ. Okay. Now, is there below borderline 70 to 79? What are those students who are below 70? So they are special kids. Okay. So maybe their intellectual power is less, but they have certain other features in them. So we never call them disabled, we call them challenged, right? So you need to understand that the challenges which they can do it, we can't do it. I was just sharing with sir that one of my autism student, his speed is 80 words per minute without a single error. How many of you have at least 60, 70? My speed was 70, but with errors. I'll not claim that I had not done a single error. There were several errors. But my speed was 70, but his 80 and without error. They are very good in software testing. The multiple sclerosis students, they are very good in artwork. They are very good in creative. So their creative part is much more developed, right? So some part of the brain is much more developed. Yeah. Okay, can I have the previous one? Okay. Have you heard about this Mensa? No? So there are certain schools, you'll be surprised. I was also surprised a few years back. So there are some schools who say that if your intellect is 130 and above, then only you are admitted in our school. I was surprised at that time. Have you heard about this? So one of my students wanted to get into that school, and his IQ was around 118 when they checked. And they said that, no, we cannot take you. Even 118 is International IQ Society membership they get. So you can imagine 128. His IQ was 128. Still, he did not got admission in that school. So you can imagine the way it is moving forward. You can imagine the way the technology, I'll not say technology, the way the thought process is moving forward, right? So you need to raise your bars. How can you raise your bars? By thinking beyond thinking. Now thinking is gone. You have to think beyond thinking. That's called metacognition. So once you are into that metacognition, you can come out with multiple options. As I just, we just did this example. So this is the example of metacognition. We are thinking beyond. What can this be? What more can this be? And we can get many examples. But do we really sit and do it alone or in a group? I would request all of you to at least make some small groups and start thinking on what can be done, because we all know that IQ, the way AI is moving forward. And if we have to really be in that AI pool or in that ship, we need to gear up and we need to change our thought process. If we remain same, I think we will be absolute within the next few days. I will not say years, within the next few days. So you have to think better. So we are going to do an exercise over here right now, and then we will come to know. Sorry? There are government hospitals also there, and there are some certain websites, international authorized websites. ते फक्त एक दोनच आहेत. I'll share the links with you. Private मध्ये केलेले accept केले जात नाहीत. There are a lot many private organizations also. Okay. Now, where do memories live? Okay. We have lots of memories, right? So where do they live? Is there any specific place? So this is just an example I'm showing it to you. So neocortex. So what was neo? Now I showed you. Now you need to tell me, in neo, what are the memories which are stored? Okay. Analyzing? So your GK, general knowledge, you analyze, right? So what you analyze? You analyze the general knowledge, the information. So all the general knowledge, information, everything is stored here. Prefrontal cortex, it's over here. What is stored in the prefrontal cortex? We did an example today. Very good. What else? The short-term memories are stored. If tomorrow I'm going to ask you all the 16 names, so short-term memory is stored in the prefrontal amygdala. Amygdala, what is stored? The trigger brain. I showed you triggers. What it triggers? It triggers fear. It triggers sad events. So everything, even if somebody comes late, what we think? We think negative, right? So amygdala, here all the negative things, all the stress-related things are stored over here. So now you need to see that what you need to clear it. If you clear the amygdala, if you put good thoughts into it, because emotions are good also, bad also, right? So you need to decide what type of emotions you are storing in amygdala. If you store wrong emotions, the whole day your wrong emotions move. In the morning when you start from your place, this is the place where you put the emotions. Arey, aaj ka din hi hopeless hai. So you have triggered the emotion over there, and the whole day hopeless hi jayega. So if you are late to office, what now negative emotion will be there? Arey, now abhi to main gaya. What good emotions can you put? It's completely up to us. Now I want you to trigger your thinking brain. What good emotions can you put? Let's take a practical example. You are late. Okay, 11 o'clock is the timing. Sorry? No. I'm giving an example. I'm sharing. Absolutely. So I'm giving a practical example. Let's say 11 o'clock you have to come here, but you are coming at 11:30. Okay? So what emotions triggers? And how can you change that? So one is excellent. Classic sir said that now, okay, I'm late, but I'll use my time for the betterment. Maybe boss will say, "Arey kya आधा घंटा late आया?" But I will tell boss, "Sir, I will stay for 1 hour late." Am I ready to do that? So if I'm ready to do that, I'm triggering my good emotions that I am compensating for myself, not for the organization. So your good emotions can really make that negative emotions into a positive one. The transformation, you only can transform it. Nobody else can transform. What is the other important thing which you can think of? Chalo, I want creative ideas. Half an hour you are late. What good emotions you are going to put inside your brain? Absolutely. Very good. So you're making you're doing the vibes which are there. It's really encouraging you, putting up a positive structure. Wonderful. What else? Can you thank God that I have reached and I am alive? That's the best emotion I put. Thank God I have arrived at least 11:30, 12, 1 o'clock, because that was not in my hands. Maybe I'm stuck in the traffic. It happens with all of us. And people give, "Arey yaar, traffic move nahi ho raha hai." I said calmly. Okay, great. So the emotion which you trigger, that leads to your future success perspective, basal ganglia. Your regular mundane activities, right? Your movements, your activities, these are stored over here. So I know that this duster has to be put over here. So if it is here, so while going, I know that this has to be put over here. Why this place? Why not I have kept it over here? So basal ganglia tells me that this is the place where I should keep this. Hippocampus. All your long-term memories. And all our memories are connected with your emotions. Somebody's marriage, a newborn kid, right? So all these are stored in the hippocampus. All positive, negative, both. They are stored in the hippocampus. Cerebellum. All motor activities. Anything related to your actions, they are all stored over here. Once you learn something, you need not, nobody has to teach you again. Swimming, that's a motor activity. Physical activities, you play, run, you play cricket. So when the ball comes, you have to hit. That every memories are stored over here. Okay? Next. Okay, so can we take a short break and then I'll share with you this technique. This is my copyright technique. And this I have applied it when I was telling you the story. Okay? So, because our life is full of stories, right? And there are two things which God has given to all of us. One is the story which we all connect. Brain is full of connections. Nobody asked me about what is that 85 million which I told you in the kingdom. They are the neurons, right? So all the neurons are also connected. Now the words I am putting, the sentences I am putting, they are all connecting words, right? You are also answering me in a connected way. So everything is associated. Whatever I explained to you, the memories are associated with certain things, associated with certain, the specific baskets are there, right? So everything is linked. And linkage is only done through a web, and that web is a story. And we all love stories, right? So if we implement our day-to-day work with the stories, will we not love our work? Today, the stories are not there, only complaints are there, right? And that's why we don't enjoy. I enjoy my every bit second I enjoy, because I tune in stories. I understand people. I take their stories, right? Because we all learn from each other. Okay, when the learning topic comes, what are you? Are you a continuous learner or are you a consistent learner? Pakka? You're not continuous? What's the difference? So your continuous is not same speed. So what is better, continuous learner or consistent learner? Consistent is better. Why? Can anybody give me example of the consistent? You all say that you are consistent learner. Yes? No, see, my question is, I know all of you know the answer. I don't want the answer. My question was, how many of you are consistent learners and how many of you are continuous learners? So when you say that you are a consistent learner, can you give me one example? So can you give me an example, practical example? Say if I am a consistent learner. Same? Huh. Huh. You are now well equipped with how the brain works. Now we are going to start with the thinking mask. What are the topic now? Actually, we are going to really implement it. Okay? So now every group, okay, I want you to do a group activity. Now, I want one of the members to be an observer of what others doing. Anyone, you decide. I'm not going to decide in your group who is going to be an observer, and the second person, a presenter. So 2 people, and all the 5 you are going to think. Activities for all of you. But these 2 things are very, I want these 2 things to be very, because later on I'm going to ask them what have you observed in your group, and you have to present what you have done. Okay? So these 2 things, 2 people we want. Okay? Now let's, madam, te he kude hai? Print kaadle, print. हे मला ना हे कापून पाहिजे. नाही हे एवढं फक्त कापून पाहिजे. हे कापून पाहिजे. हे 3 मी प्रत्येका ग्रुपमध्ये देणार आहे. असे टोटल मला 7 द्या बस. Okay, before I've given a small work to him. Before that, I would just like to show you. This is the IP which we have designed. There are 62 thinking skills. So we are working on 62 different things, how we think differently. And every thinking, how it matters differently. Secondly, we are also working on quotients. So how many quotients you know? Anybody? Intellectual quotient, social quotient, emotional quotient, intellectual, social, emotional, adverse quotient. Have you heard? So we designed 48 quotients. Now these 48 quotients, this is the color scheme which are there. So kids should have what quotients? Then learners should have what quotients? Startups, if anybody is going to start a company, what quotients he need to have? Homemakers. Then professionals like you, what quotients you need to have? And the businessmen. So what type of quotients they need to have? Ashish. And just to give an example, what thinking can do. Okay? So this is already a copyright and we have published this book. So I've done this with my 2 students. One from Singapore, she is 8 years. And one from Dubai, who is 12 years. And myself, we 3 of us have created images with numbers. Now this is 63. So like this, we created 534 images. Out of 323 images, we did all this digitalized. And we created this book. So this book is for each one, maybe a student, maybe a professionals, because numbers are abstract. If I say number 42, can you see an image? If I say a number 8, do you see any image? I'll just show you a small exercise to help you understand how it can impact. Now be attentive. I'm going very fast. I'm going to go very fast. and then I'm going to test you. So right now I'm telling you I'm going to test you. Okay? So I'm going to show you numbers from 1 to 10. Okay? And then let's do a small exercise. Okay? So 1 can be, it can be a stick. Does it look like a stick? And what does it look like? Anything else? Any? No, don't give me geometrical and this thing. Give me an image. Sorry? Grill. Okay. Now, what does this look like? Duck. But number? What does this look like? Number? What does this look like? What does this look like? 5. But any image? Can you see an image? Or maybe if 5 I can write like this also. A snake. Right? What is this number? But what does it look like? Trunk or Ganesha? Right? Okay. What does this look like? 7. Or maybe if I draw like this, maybe somebody's hockey stick, yes. Hockey stick. And somebody is moving from here, so this can be a jumping, right? 8. Snowman, cat, okay? 9. 9. 10. What image can you? Drumstick? Okay. Now I want all of you to close your eyes. Don't open your eyes. Okay? Close your eyes, close your eyes. Don't open up. Now I'm just going to put the number. Just check if you can see the image. Okay? Number 3. Number 7. Number 2. Number 8. Number 4. Number 6. Thank you very much. Open your eyes. A big hand to all of you. Now what have you learned from? See, this is just in 2 or 3 minutes. If you learn all this, will you be able to remember all the 100 numbers? And just imagine if you are able to remember the numbers, you can transfer those numbers into images and create, out of those images you can create stories out of it. And with that stories you can remember the whole number. We were a part of World Memory Sports Council UK in India, and we were conducting this memory championships. So in this memory championship, one of the event was numbers. So random numbers was given, 1, 7, 3, 4, 9, 6, 5, 2, and this 30 rows, 40 columns. Sorry, 30 rows and 40 columns. 30 rows and 40 columns. And as many numbers you can remember, you have to remember in just 5 minutes. So just imagine now, if you just take two numbers. Now this is one of the techniques, there are several other techniques. So just imagine if you can remember instead of 17, can it be samosa? So my 17 is samosa. So instead of remembering 17, I remember samosa. Right? So like this, and I create a story out of it. Do you think you will be able to remember much more? And if this is not there, how many numbers you'll be able to remember? Okay, I'll give you a classic example. We all know that there were landlines, because Gen Z will not know. So landline numbers were how many digits? 8. So 7 digits, and common 2 was common. So 7 digits. How many of you remember at least 10, 15 numbers? Easily. Easily. And today, how many of you remember the mobile numbers easily? Why? Why? There is a reason behind it. Why we are able to remember 7 digits easily, and why not 10 digits easily? So there was also you were doing activity, no? But now also, chalo, I tell you to do the push button. Still, how many numbers you remember? Why? What's the reason? Research says 5 plus minus 2. So 5 plus 2 is equal to 7. So for 7, you don't require any technique. You can memorize it as it is. The moment the number goes from 8 beyond 7, you need a technique, or you need... Now just, if I ask any one of you, okay, what's your number? How are you going to tell me? 9999887777. So what you are doing? Or you will say 9998877774, right? So either 2, 3 or 4. So does this come in this? 5 plus minus 2? So if you learn this number in slashing it to 2 digit, 3 digit or 4 digit, does anybody tell? There are some people also say 5 also. So 983, if I have to tell my number, 983340578 So I'm telling 5 and 5. But have you encountered anyone telling 983340122? Write down one number, 983340122. Nobody, right? But previously we used to tell our landline numbers, 4229230. Still I remember my number, 4229230. And in a stretch, wherein my present number, which is 10 digits, I cannot put it in the 10 digits. So the reason is this. That's why we are not able to remember the 10 digits. Clear? Okay, let's start. Okay. So now, so the total time is 30 minutes. So total time is 30 minutes I'm going to give you. Okay? 30 ka 20 minutes do ya? 20 minutes I'm going to give you. Okay? You have to utilize that 20 minutes, and then there'll be a presentation from each group. Okay? And we will discuss about it. Now what this activity is. As I showed you, there are 62 thinking skills. So I have identified a few of them, and there are almost 21 skills are over here in my hand. I'm going to give each one of you only 3 skills. Okay? So on that 3 skills you need to work on, and I want you to take up a topic. If you want me to give a topic, I'll give you, or if you want, you take a topic. It's completely up to you. You tell me that I'll give you a topic, I'll give you a topic. If you want to have a topic, you take a topic. So I'll right now give you this, and if you want me to give a topic, call me. So I'll give you now, let's say, 1 minute to decide on the topic. After 1 minute, your topic should be ready. Huh? If you want me to give a topic, I'll give you a topic. You have to decide a topic. Let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say the topic can be, based on this thinking skills, let's say I get a topic that I am appointed as the head of this institution. Okay, what we as a group can do. And based on the thinking skills, you have to start thinking what best you can do. So like this, you have to fix up your topic. If you don't have a topic, I'll give you a topic. 1 minute I'm going to give you for, now don't worry about the, excuse me, wait. Don't look at the thinking skill. Don't look at the thinking skill. Select a topic. First select a topic. Thinking skill baaju mein rakh do. Decide a topic first. And then you start working on the thinking skill. It's 1 o'clock, 1:15. 1:15. I'll tell you after every 5 minutes I'll tell you, 5 minutes over. So 3 times I'm going to tell you. Institution. Okay? And now analyze convergent thinking and innovation thinking. The meanings are written over here. Now what ideas can come in? Write it down. You are going to give it to the management. Can you explain me what you understood?
We thought based on these parameters, we need to think on some idea. Like
What is your topic?
Our topic is starting a dance academy.
Okay.
So how we will go about it? We are working on
So based on this, you are observer need to be silent.
तो वो डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे ना.
And what is the role of the observer? That you have to do. What does the word mean, observer?
See, this is a critical. So whatever problem definition we have taken, what are the critical situations in that problem definition that we
What is your topic? Admissions. So now on these 3 different thinking skills, you have to analyze and you have to submit a report to the management. Only on these things you have to focus on these 3 things. Any questions? So what is your topic? Business idea. Okay. And what is your thinking? So you are going to think on analysis, conversion, innovation.
Any new product we are going to think about something like that.
On these 3 things you have to focus and think. Clear na? Azun kai doubt? Any doubt? Ask me.
आप कोई टॉपिक सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं सर?
Okay. So let's say the starting a new department in SNDT. What can be that department? This will a little bit. You'll be able to do it.
Yes. Starting a new department in SNDT.
Anything new in the SNDT. Anything new. So you have.
ये जो दिशा में जा रहे थे जैसे प्रॉब्लम है तो एनालाइज कर
Listen.
एनालाइज कर रहे थे. उसके बाद में कन्वर्जेंट और इनका जो इनोवेशन था, इनका प्रोसेस बराबर से टाइम टू टाइम मैनेज था. ये लोग सबसे पहले खत्म करने वाले थे, बाकी चर्चा कर ही रहे थे. तो दे आर फास्ट लर्नर्स.
Okay.
और थिंकर्स भी है. और उसके हिसाब से बाद में ये मैडम ज्वाइन हो गई. तो उन्होंने जब ये ज्वाइन हुई लेट, तो उन्होंने उनको जिस तरीके से अपने ग्रुप में शामिल किया और उनके ऊपर जिम्मेदारी भी दी फटाक से, वो भी एक काबिल तारीफ थी.
Okay. Next.
ओके सो सबसे पहले तो वो चिट मिला जिसमें वो 3 स्किल्स थी.
हाँ.
सो फर्स्ट ऑल ऑफ देम स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग कि वो जो टॉपिक होगा वो चिट के हिसाब से होगा. देन एज यू सेड कि वो उसका नेसेसरी नहीं है, टॉपिक सिलेक्ट करो. देन हमारे ग्रुप के जो मेंबर्स हैं तो उसमें से 3 तो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स फील्ड के हैं, एक आईडी और एक फूड टेक. सो एक टॉपिक ऐसे सिलेक्ट किया कि किसी सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट को दिया जाए. सो जो फूड टेक का एक सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट है उसने टॉपिक निकाला. Then everybody started thinking. So 3 people from technical mindset, one design creative mindset, and one this. But I was an observer, so I was not able to say anything in between.
Okay.
But as then technical जो subject expert है, he guided the entire group.
Okay.
कि how we should go about. Then we related it to those 3 skills which we got. So the topic was baking a cake.
Making a
Cake.
cake.
Cake
हाँ,
baking.
हाँ.
So he's from food tech. So he started with first design related, which was a pattern. So pattern क्या होना चाहिए, कैसे होना चाहिए, he started guiding. Then जो technical mind वाले लोग हैं वो they started कि trends देखो. Then उसका design के ऊपर थोड़ा research करो और टेक्नोलॉजी का यूज़ करके वो पैटर्न डिसाइड करो. Then the skill was strategy. So strategy was how to do it. तो उसमें अगेन सब्जेक्ट एक्सपर्ट कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटेड कि रेसिपी क्या होना चाहिए. देन द टेक्निकल टीम स्टार्टेड ओवन यूज़ करना चाहिए या कौन सा इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज़ करना चाहिए वो जो केक बेक होगा. देन थर्ड स्किल वॉज सिस्टम्स. सो सिस्टम्स में एवरीबडी स्टार्टेड कॉन्ट्रीब्यूटिंग टुगेदर बिकॉज इट इज़ रिलेटेड टू ऑल माइंड सेट्स. सो लॉन्ग शेल्फ लाइफ होना चाहिए या मार्केटिंग स्ट्रैटेजी कैसे होना चाहिए कि जिसके ऊपर से वो सिस्टम डिज़ाइन हो सके. एंड देन फाइनली वी कुड बेक अ केक एंड प्रेजेंट.
Great. Okay. Next.
Okay, I'll start. उसमें क्रिटिकल थिंकिंग में क्या होना चाहिए, अडेप्टिबिलिटी में क्या होना चाहिए. देन दे स्टार्टेड डिगिंग आउट पॉइंट्स कि इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हो तो उसमें हम उसको कैसे कन्विंस करेंगे, फिर स्टूडेंट का इंटरेस्ट कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करेंगे वो लोग, एंड इंटरेस्ट के बाद उसको कन्विंस कैसे करेंगे, फिर उनको रियल लाइफ सिनेरियोज कैसे दिखाएंगे कि जो हमारे इंडस्ट्री विजिट्स होते हैं, जो प्लेसमेंट्स होते हैं, जो भी हमारे अलुमना अभी जिस पॉइंट पे रीच हुए हैं, तो वो लोग वो सारी इंफॉर्मेशन रिलेट करके एडमिशन के लिए एक स्टूडेंट को कन्विंस कैसे करना, इसके लिए बहुत लिस्ट पॉइंट्स जॉट डाउन कर रहे थे. सो एवरीबडी वेर वेरी ईगरली पुटिंग देयर पॉइंट्स एंड अच्छे से पार्टिसिपेटिव थे.
Great.
थैंक यू सर.
Next.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर. योर आई ऑब्जर्व बेसिकली कि ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी कैसे काम करती है. फर्स्ट उन्होंने फिगर आउट किया जो मोस्ट एक्सेप्टेबल टॉपिक था. एक्सेप्टेशन कब बढ़ी, जब वो लॉजिकली एक्सप्लेन कर पाए. जैसे यहाँ पे उनका था कि न्यू क्लासेस ओपन करते हैं, डांस क्लासेस. तो जब उन्होंने डांस क्लासेस बहुत कॉमन टॉपिक है, उन्होंने उस पीछे के लॉजिक या आइडियाज़ उन्होंने जब शेयर किए तो वो मोस्ट एक्सेप्टेबल टॉपिक हुआ. फिर सब एग्री हुए, फिर वो कंक्लूजन पे आए कि क्या नाम रखेंगे. देन उनके थॉट प्रोसेस और थिंकिंग थोड़े इंटरमैच नहीं हो रहे थे. पर जो अगेन जो वो डोमिनेंटली जो एकदम फिगर आउट सबसे पहले कर पा रहा था, तो वो सबको बता पा रहा था कि हम ऐसे करेंगे. तो सब फिर से कन्विंस हो गए कि हाँ ऐसे करेंगे. ओके. देन फोर्थ आई ऑब्जर्व दैट कि जो सबसे कन्वीनियंट ऑप्शन है वो सब ज़्यादा प्रेफर करते हैं. जो ईजी है, जो कन्वीनियंट है, वो ह्यूमन ब्रेन या ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी ज़्यादा एक्सेप्ट करती है. देन कोई भी चीज़ जब भी कोई न्यू हो या मोर क्रिएटिव हो, वो ज़्यादा एक्सेप्टेबल है ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी में, रेदर देन वही ओल्ड पैटर्न. ओके. और ओल्ड पैटर्न तब एक्सेप्टेबल होगा जब वो बहुत गारंटेड होगा या बहुत परफेक्ट आउटकम होगा, तब वो ओल्ड पैटर्न एक्सेप्टेबल है. पूरे डिस्कशन में ये कुछ चीज़ें पॉइंट आउट किए गई हैं.
Good. Next.
सर मेरा नाम मंजूषा मंगरूरकर है. मेरे ग्रुप में मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी है. मैडम कम्युनिकेशन की है, इनसे मैडम मैथमेटिक्स की है, मैडम फिज़िक्स के है और सर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के हैं. एंड देन सर इज़ अ मारवाड़ी. तो सर के दिमाग में जब भी आपने दिया और हमने चीट देखी तो एज मैम से आसवरी मैडम
Observation or the knowledge? Sir is a Marwadi.
Sir, it is observation and knowledge also. Then cheat मिली तो everyone is struggling what to do, what is the analysis, innovation and all. Then सर के दिमाग से ऑटोमेटिकली आइडिया जनरेट हुई कि अपन न्यू बिजनेस स्टार्ट करते एज ही इज़ इन दैट फील्ड. तो चलो स्टार्ट करते. सब लोगों ने देखा कि चलो ये करते. देन दे आर स्ट्रगलिंग व्हाट टू डू एग्जैक्टली. मैम इज सेइंग दैट कि हम सुबह निकलते 6 बजे, हमारे घर में कुक नहीं रहता है तो हम खाना बनाएंगे. देन ही इज सेइंग कि ऐसे नहीं, हम स्मेल क्या किया है, हाँ कुछ परफ्यूम का आइडिया वगैरह. तो उनमें थोड़ा कॉन्फ्लिक्ट हो रहे थे ये करने क्या करने का करके. देन यू केम एंड यू डिसाइडेड, यू हैव गिवन अस द टॉपिक कि चलो एक यहाँ पे नया डिपार्टमेंट शुरू करें. तो आई थिंक दे हैव स्टार्टेड दैट कि हमारे इधर एडमिशन का इतना प्रॉब्लम है, नया कौन सा डिपार्टमेंट स्टार्ट करे. देन ही सेड कि AI स्टार्ट करे. देन what was the AI? Everyone is opening the market of AI, data science and all. Then it's an idea come among them कि दोनों को कॉम्बो करके, साइबर का भी प्रॉब्लम है, AI का भी है, तो साइबर प्लस AI मीन्स साइबर सिक्योरिटी प्लस AI, देन हु विल डू इट दिस? नॉर्मल बच्चे तो नहीं करोगे 10th के बाद. तो दोज आर इनटू द प्रोफेशन ऑफ AI और साइबर, दे विल डू द सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स फॉर देयर एनहांसमेंट ऑफ देयर स्किल्स. तो इस तरीके से डिसाइड किया. एंड देन द टॉपिक एंड बिजनेस आइडिया कि ड्यूरेशन ऑफ दैट, ऑन जॉब ट्रेनिंग्स मिलना चाहिए. व्हेन दे आर इनटू द फर्स्ट ईयर दे शुड गेट सम वर्क एंड देन दे स्टार्ट देयर स्किल्स अपग्रेडेशन as well as earn with learn, because we'll keep the high fee. They have decided keeping the high fee because it is very which kind of course is professional course, so then they can pay and they can learn and the courses. This was my observation from
Wonderful.
the group. Thank you, sir.
Wonderful. Good. Next.
And I was quiet, sir, because मुझे आज बोलने का बहुत कंटाला आ रहा था. I was just listening there.
Myself Hiral from AMD department, and we all are here from different departments, and we got analysis, convergent and innovation. So in initial state they were all confused कि करना क्या है exactly. So topic choosing was a difficult part. So we called sir and sir helped us with the topic जो उन्होंने example दिया. So we came up with the topic कि being a head of BWOC departments. So we have BWOC departments. और उसके अंदर the subtopic was related to admission, the same topic which they took, less admission. So they figure out कि क्यों less admission है, क्या है, किसके वजह से हो रहा है, मतलब misguidance or whatever. So that presenter will explain in detail. And yes, they were giving their points and everything. So sir, it was easy, but initial stage, the thinking of topic, that was a difficult part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Finished? All of you have done? Okay. Do you remember that I have taken this names from you all, right? So I have memorized this. You can ask me either the word, either the number, either blank, whatever you want, you can ask me.
Number 86.
86. Mumbai. 13. Gayatri. You can pass on that if you want anybody else. 7. Nothing is there. 0. Hmm. Vaishali. 5. Praveen. 57. Yes, I know that. I'll recall that. I know that. Yes. Any? 8. Yeah. Krishna. 7. 76. Pen. 25. Nothing is there. 25. Nothing is there. Nothing is there. 25. Nothing is there. Nothing is there. 9 नहीं है. 9 है. अभी आया तो मैंने देखा नहीं. So now you can see the power of this. I showed you the example how much you can remember. So I just did when you were doing, when the sound was there, I was able to do it because of the practice. Because it's very difficult to do in sound. When you all were explaining, at that time I did it. And I was equally attentive and listening to you also. I listened to each one of you. Okay. So yes, so what are the learnings from the sessions which we had? What are the learnings? What is the role of the observer? Did all of you did justice to the word observer? Pakka? Were you an observer or were you a presenter? So you have listened to all of them, right? You all have listened to all of them. So what is your individual perspective that did everybody did the observation job? I don't want to point out to anybody right now, but do you feel that you have done justice? Ask yourself or ask your team, what was really expected? What was expected of observation? That's why I did not give a clear indication. I don't want to see. We give completely spoon feeding. Okay, that's why I did not give you any spoon feeding. I wanted to understand from you what is your understanding of our observer. No, everybody's role was defined. Observer need not see the role what they are. Everybody knows what their role is. Observer's role is not to define their role. So that is activity that the presenter will do. Activity presenter will do. Then what's the job of the presenter? Then what's the difference between the presenter and observer? If you are going to put forward the activities, then what presenter is going to do?
Be quiet and just
Yes, be quiet and what to analyze. That is important. That's why I said that observer will not be a part of it. So उसका काम क्या था? Observe क्या करने का? And understanding how the thought process is going on. I really appreciate her. Let's give a big hand to her. The way she explained, that is what I was expecting from others. The psychology which was going on, she explained about the psychology which was going on when they all came together. When we all love to do small, very easy things. We are ready for a comfort zone. Nobody wants to go beyond the comfort zone. Our brain is tuned for that, for comfort zone. Will everybody love that full day ka pagar or half day kaam? We all will love? I will love. Because our brain is tuned. मैं half day मस्त पैकी जाके गाने सुन सकता हूँ ना. I'm getting full day salary. ऐसा होने वाला नहीं है. I'm just giving an example. So our brain is tuned for comfort zone. We all love comfort zone. So whenever we put up the things, that comes very easily. So when a new thing has to come, you have to put in your efforts. And that efforts will come through your knowledge, your skills, your attitude, your wisdom, your learnings, with not continuous learning, consistent learning. We all are continuous learners, but are we consistent learners? That we need to identify. So with this, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to take question answers now. Any question answers? Otherwise, the end of my this thing. Yeah, I'll share that.
Sir, today we learn about the power of the brain, that our brain can just store the universe data. So, and what we are using like 0.5% of it. So how to activate that to rest of part of
Okay, now you mentioned how much percentage we are using? Okay, so this was actually a joke. When the interview of Einstein was there, how much percentage you are using? He jokingly said 5% and that became history. Are we using 5% of our brain? I'm using 100% of our brain, what I know. Right? So there are a lot of things, I just know this. Maybe this is too big. I just know this. There are so many other things to learn. So I can't say it's 5%. I say it's 100% of what I know. Right? So now your question is how to capture other things. Right? So the first important thing is be focused. Before this, there are two important things. One is interest and the second is attention. So interest is called as a mother of memory, and attention is called as a father of memory. If we have our parents, interest and attention, we can capture so many different things. If suppose I would have taken a session on biochemistry, how many of you would be interested in listening to biochemistry? No interest? No attention. You can't be focused, right? So first major thing is interest and attention. So whatever interests you, if you start working on that, and what major mistakes we do, let's say now, you start with one book, okay? Now there is on page number 67, you find something which you have not understood, or you want to understand. What you do? Other sources, right? Maybe you'll go to net, you'll ask somebody, ChatGPT, you'll find out some other book, right? So, are we focused? We are not focused. Let's complete it. Maybe this answer is there in 75 page. You don't know because you have not scrolled on. So complete this book and then move on to other things. The moment you divert your attention over here, mil gaya, you are happy and the book is in the cupboard and you have read till 67. Maybe an advanced answer or maybe some different approach you would have got on page number 75, but you have not read it. You are happy with this ChatGPT. ChatGPT ne answer diya na bas, I am khush. So you need to complete what you take. How many of us complete? Whatever you do it with full thing, complete it, and then you go it. Can we go parallelly? The answer is yes as well as no. Parallelly, if we want to go again, you should be able to come back. Major of the time, our brain does not come back. If we are in a comfort zone, yeah, please. Okay. Got it. See, so what I understand from what you said, page number 67 varti, a concept ala. So you have not understood it and you have lost your focus. So you mean to say, should I go to 68, 69? Or should I go over here? Is this the question? Sorry, is this the question? Now, that's why my second thing what I said, the answer is yes and no. So if you go here, find out certain things and again come back and start from 68, then it's good. But most of the time what happens, we leave it, okay, I got the concept. Now we feel that, okay, now I have got everything, I need not read the book. आगे क्या होने वाला मेरे को पता है, I know the story. वो villain पकड़ा जाएगा, he will be in the jail, hero will be happy, the end. I know the story. So we are major of the times, I know concept, I know. And there we lose this focus and there we are not able to complete. So what I wanted to say here, complete the task. The task is to read the book now, complete the task. How many of us complete that task? And then go for the next one. Yesterday, my cousin was there at my place. He's working in a multinational company. He's a HR and he's looking after 3 different verticals. And he says, I get so much work, 100 mails I get, and the moment I cannot focus, his focus is missed. The reason is, the moment something comes urgent, he tries to work on it, something else comes and that focus is lost. And however he tries to complete from this 100, even 10 is not completed per day. And maybe in this 90, there might be 5 very, very urgent. There might be 60 which can stay for 10 days long. But this comes in between because it is connected. So you start connecting things. अरे ये भी खत्म कर देता हूँ मैं. इसके साथ खत्म कर देता हूँ. So you lose that focus. And what is very, very urgent and very, very important, that is left out in this balance 5 or 10. And then at the last moment, there is an issue. Are you getting? Yes, yes, definitely. Because there is a structured, systematic process. That's why in companies, they have a SOP. What is SOP? Standard operating process. So I need not worry if a new employee is coming. He has to adapt this SOP. You have to do it. ये इधर है, इधर ही रखना चाहिए. It's not that I don't like it over here. I would love to keep it over here because I'm standing over here. You stand wherever you want. This should be here means this should be here. His place is there. So the moment we play with this, so can we have our own SOP? That's why human beings don't have a manual. We don't get a manual in the hospital. We have to create that manual. And there is a process to create that manual. We all can create those manual for ourselves. Everybody's manual will be completely different. You should know how to use your brain. You should know the techniques. Now, as I showed you a demonstration, the 100 words, there is a technique. Can any one of you do it? After learning and practicing those techniques. Because it's not that easy. See, I did it in disturbance. I was actually, I would have put a disclaimer. If I go something wrong, please excuse me. I should have put a disclaimer. Because I was listening to you and at the same time my brain was working on the things. As well as I was completely listening. Did anybody of you felt that I have not listened to you? I was not looking at you. So simultaneously 2 to 3 things we can do it. But again, this was a wrong thing which I did. Let me tell you. You have to focus. I should completely focus on listening to you. I was listening to you also as well as I was working on that. So this is multitasking. This is not good for your brain. In the long run, it's not at all good for your brain. I normally don't do it. This was the first time I did it. Otherwise, if I would have taken it, you all were doing, at that time I should have done it. But I was more working everywhere, that's why I couldn't find time. And then I said, let me try this. So this was the first time I did it, simultaneously 2 things. Yeah. Good question. Now, as I said, we are VAK, right? So A stands for auditory. They love listening. So if you stop them, now this is not multitasking because that the adrenal glands which are there, they are activating that glands. And that is helping them to energize them. So it builds up the energy. With this music, they are focusing on this. So it's only for the ears and for their brain they are working on this. So this is not multitasking. Again, the music also differs. If they listen to the songs, that is multitasking. Yes, yes. Right, right, right. Yes, for the auditory learners. So that music should be in line with what they are learning. So there are soothing music for just to relax. If you are stressed, if you listen to the music, your stress level will come down. So there are thousands this type of musics are there. No, but here again it is, see, inside there are so many glands which are simultaneously working, right? So when I want to focus on reading, so those glands, he is channelizing them and maintaining the level. If he's listening to music, that will not work, huh? Some songs that will not work. Yes, 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 that happens, that happens. Just give me 1 minute, I'll complete this. Exactly it happens. Now, one more thing happens. Now, let's say the child is in a closed room, complete silence. Okay, and in that he studies very well, he understands everything. In the examination hall, there is a sound. So he cannot relate. So there, the blockage might be there. Because when he has studied, it was complete silence. So his brain has captured that in silence. And when he has to reproduce it, that silence, same silence is not there. And then he gets this, amygdala gets switched on. And if you are able to control that amygdala, you'll again come to normal and then you'll write the paper. So normally when we take sessions with students, I tell them, be calm, take a deep breath. So with that breath, that is a working, actually exercise. Otherwise you take water, that reduces your level of anxiety. And that helps you to calm down and then come to a alpha level. There are 3-4 levels, alpha, beta, gamma, delta level. You have to be in an alpha level stage, which is from 7 to 13. So you have to always be in this alpha level. Let's say you are coming, as I gave you example, let's say 11:30 you are coming, running. Okay, so at that time this thing is, and then you go, so you're not at this alpha level. And if you come and I said, okay, please give the presentation to the audience. So you're not at the alpha level, you'll not be able to present. So you'll say, let me have a water. And when you take the water, then you come to this alpha level and then you can say, okay, now I would love to give you a presentation. Why? Because you have come at the alpha level. So you have to always be at the alpha level, making decisions, solving a problem. If you're not there, maybe there are chances that, so when a salesman comes, he takes care about this thing. So you're not at the alpha level. Aaj ka hi din hai, if you take this pen, let's say it's a 1,000 rupees pen. Aaj ka hi din hai, 100 rupees. What do? You don't think, you don't come in the alpha level. Arey, grab it. And he goes and this is 2 rupees pen. You took it at 10 rupees. Excuse me. Yes.
My doubt is a little different from other. There's a word dopamine written over there. So being as an optometrist and a main interest in my many publications, articles and research publications is all only on neuro-optometry, okay? So where I go through in PubMed, there is a site PubMed or Google Scholar. When I'm reading the articles, some articles prove that dopamine is a want hormone and some articles proven that it's a happy hormone. When it's proven that isn't a want hormone, तो जब वो कोई चीज़, फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर मुझे फर्स्ट रैंक लाना है तो वो वांट है ना, तो अगर मुझे वो रैंक नहीं आता, फॉर एग्जाम्पल सेकंड रैंक आता है, तो वो हैप्पी हार्मोन नहीं होगा ना, वो तो वांट हार्मोन, तो वो सैड रहेगा क्योंकि वो अचीवमेंट नहीं हुआ. तो इज इट अ वांट, हैप्पी और सैड हार्मोन? Dopamine.
So dopamine is happy. See, now if you come second, you should be happy, no?
No, but I want a first, na? So
absolutely right.
hormone.
Absolutely right.
Yeah.
So there are other different serotonin, metacognin.
Yes,
so these hormones get activated.
Okay.
Your dopamine sleeps.
But sir, one more doubt. Serotonin only activated when we are in the group. When evaluations time, when we are in a group, then only serotonin have activated. Or the person in depression, we put the person to in the group or in the group activities. So dopamine is a want.
But your brain cannot identify, no?
Okay.
So if I say, don't see the pink elephant.
Okay.
Don't see the pink elephant. Huh?
Understood.
Brain does not identify.
What we, it's change a point of view. Okay, okay.
So negative words, it doesn't identify. It has not stopped. You have stopped it. We have stopped it. See, happy is it external or internal? Being happy, is it external or internal? So internal, you have to decide. Let's say let's say, I'll give you a small example. Let's say 50% of you say that, sir, आपका lecture अच्छा नहीं लगा, and 50% of say, sir, ठीक था lecture. Now it depends on me. I know that I have taken up, I given my best. So I need to decide what I should feel. whether I should feel कि नहीं बाबा hopeless हो गया lecture, or I should feel okay ठीक था lecture. So I should feel. It's my internal thing, it's not external. Happiness is internal. Even if all say that session was not good, I know what my session, what I have given the best. So from happiness should come from inside. I'll be happy. I'm happy. If you don't like it, it's your this thing. It's your wish. It's your views. I cannot change that views. I don't have to say also anything about you. It's completely your views and your perspective, and my views and my perspective. So here, happiness I have generated. It's not because you have said that nahi acha hai, waisa hai. Anybody from outside can say anything. So it's you have to decide what.
Let her finish the one last question. That is what the motto is, but again we have to restrict. Sir, दोन मिनिटं थांबा फक्त. 2 मिनिटं थांबा.
Again, see, now, as we said, in the emotional brain, we are tuned for negative more. The moment we are born, we are being tuned that. अरे पडशील, अरे इकडे जाऊ नको, तिकडे करू नको, हे हात लावू नको, ते करू नको. So all negative things, we are so tuned, and with that, between the age of 2 to 7, we create those habits. And to change that habits, again, there are